Annual equivalent cost, AEC method. You have the floor.
The annual equivalent cost, AEC method, converts all costs associated with an asset into an equivalent uniform annual cost by considering the time value of money. This method is more realistic than the average annual cost method because it recognizes that money has different values over time.
Thank you. Can somebody attempt to interpret this? Historically, this method was developed to cover the gap that was established in the annual average costs. In the annual average costs, it doesn't want to know whether there is inflation, whether money has, whether there are values over time. But that is what the annual equivalent cost has come to do. And that is why it has prerequisites. For example, look at this slide. The annual equivalent cost method includes initial investment, average operating and maintenance cost, salvage value, interest rates. The replacement decision is based on selecting the asset age with the lowest equivalent annual cost. So the issue of lowest is also applicable here. But what makes this different is that this is looking at the value of money over time, unlike the annual average cost method for the replacement.
I think this method will work more in Nigeria, where our economy is not stable.
Exactly. I also feel so, but let's see the application, whether it will take us there. Can you quickly, okay, not this formula. I don't want you to write this formula. I will give you the one that has put this as CR. I will give you that one, but you can still copy this. The AEC method is widely used when organizations evaluate long-term investment decisions involving expensive equipment. You cannot afford to use a formula, just like you have identified, that this is more robust than the first one. Now, look at this formula. Please quickly write down this formula in your notes and hold your calculators by your side. You have you are in your different logistics and supply chain organizations, and you want to replace either your van, you want to replace, whether for my friend that is in Promasidor, maybe any of their machines, you want to replace your equipment that you are using. These are what you can use to apply to as real life decision making method. Okay. Now, the first thing you are supposed to do is to calculate the capital recovery factor. And this is the formula of calculating it. Okay. Capital recovery factor, CRF. The reason why we are starting with this is that it is a prerequisite to this. Okay. It's a prerequisite to this. So copy this. Just write the formula. It is addressing the useful life. Then,
so you call this capital recovery factor?
Yes, CRF. Okay, write this one also. We will need this output. The result of this will be needed in this formula. Write the second one, so that when we apply it, you can follow. The second one is the sinking fund factor. The sinking fund factor will need the CRF, the capital recovery factor. Quickly copy this first. Copy this one first before we get to the equivalence. This is the one we use finally. Annual equivalent cost. Have you done this?
No, sir.
The equivalent cost has 4 steps. You see that for us to do this, you need the first formula and you need the second formula. So look at this. This is where we are going for the annual equivalent cost. The annual equivalent cost is obtained by adding the annual operating and maintenance cost to the annual capital recovery. So for you to get to this point, this CR, you have to pass through CRF and F. Do you understand that? The third stage. Why this becomes the fourth stage?
Sorry, sir. What is the first stage?
Let me go to an example. Look at this example. The first stage is this formula. SF. Once you get SFF, you go and get the CR, which is this. Okay? This is the first stage, CRF. This is the second stage. Okay? This is the third stage. So the fourth stage is what brings everything together. So there is nothing too difficult in that. This is the fourth stage that is bringing everything together. It's just the answer of all of them, you put them together. You know, 1, 2, 3 is already here. And what's the question all about? Look at the question. Let's quickly do a question. Machine costs. Let me take you through an example. Can you write down this example? Let's ask our question. And let's take you to this one. Is this method fine?
Let's copy the example, sir.
All right. Can you see the question? Class, can you see the question? Have you copied it?
Yeah, on it, sir.
A minute, sir.
Which formula did you copy first? How many formulas did you copy?
Yeah, so we have the annual equivalent costs. That's the main formula. Then we'll have the capital recovery fund. Then we'll have the sinking fund factor. And we'll have the annual capital recovery.
Hello, class. Can you confirm that the first one we are supposed to solve is the capital recovery factor?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. So now, what are the information that you need in the capital recovery factor? How many percent?
10%.
10%.
The 10, is it not in percentage?
It is.
Yeah.
What does this I stand for?
The I stand for the interest rate.
Okay, then N co.
The number of years. The number of years.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Do you have interest? You have interest in that question?
Yes, sir.
Interest 10%.
So do 10 over 100. Do 10 over 100. Whatever you have, put it here. Do 10 over 100. What do you have? I said your calculator should be by
0.1.
0.1.
0.1.
Put it in 2 decimal places. 0.10. So this n superscript, okay? What is our n? That's number of years. Put it. Have you done that? Do you know how we got to this formula?
No, sir.
The challenge here is what P and S is, sir.
C, capital recovery factor is the first one. Second one is sinking fund factor. This is the first formula. This is the second formula. This is purchase cost. Do you have it in the question?
Yes. 800,000. 800,000.
You have service cost in the question?
That's
Yes,
100,000.
100,000.
Okay. Look at the purchase cost. This is not the purchase. Okay. So it's just for you to impute all what capital recovery.